What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, thanks for tuning in. Today is a hot one. I'm out working on the truck again. It's probably mid-90s right now, and as most of you guys know, I'm working in the driveway. So it is a toasty one today. For today's video, I'm sure you can probably tell by the title, maybe not, but we are ripping, or I am ripping out the interior of the old 7.3. If you haven't seen a few of my last videos, you'll know that I completely tore apart the doors and covered them in Kilmat, a sound deadening pad. And the goal was to help reduce the noise in the cab. It really didn't make much of a difference, but I can tell you the doors are a lot more solid. In that video, I did say at some point I'm going to go through and completely coat the entire cab. So that's what we're getting started on today. I don't know how far I'm going to get today, but we're going to be completely tearing out the interior of the truck and getting it ready to apply all the sound deadening material. This time around, I have the Kilmat that I will be applying to it, as well as the Noico Foam on top of it. So it'll be two layers of sound insulation. The first one is to kind of help reduce the vibration. The second one should help reduce the actual transmission of sound. Gotta admit, I am not overly excited to be working out in this heat right now, but it is a good day. It is my weekend, so take advantage of the time I have. Get some work done. See how far I get today. I'm really hoping to try to get most of the interior out today. We'll see. I'm not sure how the back seat comes out on an extended cab, but I figure it can't be too complicated, so we're just going to jump in and figure it out. Yeah. No more rambling at the beginning. Set you guys up on some time lapse or something. Let you guys watch me work. We're going to get at it. Let's go. Alright guys, just like that, we have all of the interior out of the truck. It really wasn't a terrible process, I will say. This is the third day working on it, but it's basically just been a couple hours every day plugging away. Doing all this from a wheelchair makes it take a heck of a lot longer. I would not doubt that somebody one of you guys could go out there and knock out this whole thing in a day, or if not, an afternoon. But overall, pretty darn simple. As far as getting the back seat out goes, you have 3 bolts on the front, 3 bolts on the back. The back ones are hard to get to, but luckily for our trucks, which I think is 99 to 04 is when this applies, but the backrest on it literally just lifts on up. Just pull up on it and it'll pop right on out, which makes it very easy to get to those bolts there. You see one there, and then there's one down in the corners right in there. That's a body bolt that you saw there. It's down farther in the corner. Super simple. And then of course the front ones are just as simple. You got 4 bolts on each seat, and the center console goes along with those. You see all the wiring for my amp and subwoofer. Kind of have it hanging up out of the way. That's the wire for the seat. I ended up taking off the transfer case shifter entirely. It was just easier to do that than try to pop the boot off, mainly because I couldn't get the ball on top off, so I just took the whole thing off. Pretty easy, just 2 8mm or 2 10mm bolts down there. But yeah, then I went through and cleaned it all up. It's not detailed by any means, but should be clean enough to get good adhesion with the Kilmat. Yeah, I think this is where I'm going to call tonight. She's ready to go, all clean. Next time I come out here, it will be installing sound deadening material. I think I'm going to go all the way up to that ridge on the top, of course cover the entire floor, and then up here you can kind of see where the factory sound deadener is. That black spot right up at the top there. Honestly, I think I'm probably going to go up to that point, which isn't as high as I would have liked, but there's no way for me to get underneath that without removing the dash entirely, and I don't think I should be trying to stick the stuff on top of it. 1, it won't look very good, you can see it, and 2, I don't think it'll work as well. So that's as high up we're going to go there, but I still think this will make a significant difference overall. Pretty darn happy with how it turned out. In case anybody's wondering, that's the wires for my wheelchair lift that goes in the bed of my truck. The control unit hooks up back there, so that's what all those wires are. You guys won't have those. And then that little rod you see right there is for my hand controls. That's only half of it. The other half I took out. Another thing that took a little bit of time that you guys won't have to worry about. But overall, she is ready to go. It's a little weird looking at the truck from this, or looking at the truck like this. Let's get one last look before she's going to change forever. So before we wrap up, let's go look at what I'm going to be putting into this. I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Alrighty, so here is the stash of all the goodies. We got the leftover Kilmat from when I did the doors. We got 3 more boxes of it, and then we got 3 boxes of Noico Foam. So, give you guys a look at this. Give you the info on it first, I guess. 80 mil thick, 36 square feet, 34 sheets. Yeah. Some people in the last video asked me if I went with the 80 mil or 50 mil or whatever the smaller one is, and my personal opinion, I don't think there's any point in going with the smaller one. So, here's the Kilmat. If you've seen my last video, you've already seen this. If you haven't, go check it out. You can see me completely install this on all the doors. But here it is. It is that thick, and it is just a kind of a butyl type, tar type pad with a foil topping on it. Really easy to install. Took a little bit of time on the doors because the doors were so intricate, but having it in these nice sheets instead of one big roll is super handy. So I'll be going a full layer of this across the entire cab. If I have extra, I'll probably double up around the trans tunnel and up by the engine. And then on top of that, we're going to go with this Noico Foam. See if I can do this one-handed. Nope. Alright, hold on a sec. Alright, just cover up my address here. But here's the details on the Noico Foam. 350 mil, 20 square feet. So it is less than the Kilmat, but I'm okay with that. So now, this is actually my first look at it too, other than pictures online. But it is just a closed cell foam. You probably can't see that, but a foam that will go on top of the Kilmat. So I'll be going Kilmat first, and then this has an adhesive back as well that we'll be putting this on top of it. And between the two, I think we should be able to knock out the vibration noise there, and this will help block out some of the noise transmission. At least that's the thought process behind it. As far as professional level work goes, I think the third step would be to put an MLV on this, mass loaded vinyl, on top of this. As you can see, I've opted not to do that right now. We'll see if I regret it. If I do, I'll let you guys know, but I think just this stuff alone will make a pretty significant difference. So there you guys go. I think this is enough footage for one video. I don't want to make the video too long, but I think this is a pretty good stopping point, having the truck entirely torn apart and ready to go back together. I'm excited to see it start going back together. I've worked on it the last 3 days. Like I said, a couple hours each day after work when I could. Yeah, just trying to get work done. It's been mid-90s here this week, and I have been absolutely cooking out here in the sun. I know that's not hot for a lot of you guys, but it is pretty toasty here. Not something I like working out, especially in the direct sunlight. So a couple hours each day, 2 or 3 hours each day, make progress, moving right along. I've said this before, but kind of working on my truck, there's two situations you find yourself in. One is when you start a project and you have to get it done by a certain day, and you're rushing and working your ass off to get it done. And I think we can all agree that none of us enjoy those projects. It just sucks having a hard deadline that you have to get the truck back on the road by. Luckily, thanks to all this quarantine shutdown stuff, I can work from home, and so I don't have to be able to drive to work in the morning, so I can have it down for a few days or a week. Obviously, I can't drive anywhere with it down, but I can afford to have it down, which is super nice because I really try hard not to make this, or to keep these truck projects as something I enjoy. I do treat YouTube as somewhat of a job for myself at this point. Trying to get the hours in every week, get uploads to you guys every week. I am treating it as a business startup, something that I'm hoping will pay off in the long run. So I do force myself to work when I don't always feel like it. But in general, I do try pretty hard to keep these projects as something I enjoy. And so I don't rush them if I can, or if I can help it. I really try not to rush projects and just do it at my own pace and let it be something that I can enjoy, because if I'm not enjoying it, you guys are going to be able to tell the videos are going to suck, and honestly, the videos might not even be there. So I've worked pretty hard to keep things as I enjoy, work at my own pace. Yeah, kind of a side note there, but pretty happy with how things are going so far. Ready to start putting things back together. Really excited to see how this stuff performs. If you guys didn't see the video when I did the doors, I did a whole testing with the decibel reader. That's what we're going to use as the baseline. So I already have the baseline number set. We're going to actually get a numerical test of how many decibels doing all of this work will drop of interior cab noise. Hopefully it'll be significant, because this isn't a shallow amount of work. I know if I was going to do it 100%, it would be pulling the entire dash, but I really don't feel like doing that. So we're going out. We're going without it for now, and we'll just see how it goes. All right, I think I'm kind of just rambling at this point, but if you guys are not subscribed to the channel and you're interested in content like this, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button. Hopefully we're going to be starting a new truck project here pretty soon, something you guys have seen before, that I've talked about before. I think we're finally going to be starting it here sometime soon, it should be a pretty cool project. So if you're not subscribed to the channel and you're interested in automotive and truck content, hit the subscribe button. Don't miss out. To all my current subscribers, thank you for tuning in again. We're getting closer and closer to that 10,000 subscriber mark limit, which in the whole scheme of things is really, really small, but at the same time, it feels pretty darn cool to try to wrap my head around that 10,000 people, 10,000 of you guys actually think I'm entertaining enough to watch. Pretty cool if you ask me. So to all my current subscribers, thank you. Maybe I'll try to arrange a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Who knows? Play that one by ear. But anyways, enough rambling. I'm going to go in, clean up a little bit, and grab some dinner. And I'll be back out here working tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Catch you next time.